Hey, what's up, y'all? So, it's just gonna be audio for this video, right? Only thing you need to do is just receive the message. And it's really just like a real talk message, right? So I think like a year ago, I seen that Denzel Washington, the actor, right, really came out and professed his faith. I want to believe that they showed him being baptized and not all that, right? And so, you know, that's major. When anybody come into the faith, that's major, right? Like when they truly give their life to Christ. And then I seen other videos of him talking about God as well, right? So, like, kudos, man. And you know, he's very gifted. And so when we use the gifts and talents that God gives us, right, to win people into the kingdom, that's what it's all about, right? And so I was on Apple TV the other day, and I seen this movie, right, produced by Spike Lee, that Denzel Washington was starring in. He was this music mogul, right? And then it also had A$AP Rocky in there. So I'm like, man, Denzel, right? I'm about to watch this. I'm about to watch this movie. I'm riding my bike, so I might be out of breath at that time. You might hear different sounds. But anyway, I'm like, man, that's what's up. I gotta watch this. And so I watched the movie. And man, the different cussing, vulgar language, right, actions, etc., that's associated with it, right? Not just Denzel, but also A$AP Rocky. And you know, A$AP Rocky, he's I mean, I can't say that he professed to be a Christian or nothing like that, but from that standpoint, just from a human logic, right? And so you either care about people or you don't. You either seek people's well-being, right, development, or you don't. Or you just selfish. Or you just ignorant, right? And so where I'm going at with this is this. Man. The content. And then even that, Spike Lee. Right? Don't forget about him. He the one producing. But I'm like, the content of the movie. Now, to be a little fair, it ended on a good note to where Denzel Washington, right, turned out to be, I would say, a good guy, right? Starting over fresh, a good guy, heading in the right direction, right? And so maybe that's what attracted him to the movie, because he knew how it was going to end whenever he read the script. Okay, right? I give him that much, right? But this is what I want to speak on, the larger point, right? So all of these three that I named, they are well off. A$AP Rocky, like, yo, I don't know if he's married to Rihanna or not, but like, come on, man, like, I think you got a company that's worth billions. You ain't doing bad for yourself neither. Denzel Washington, right? Come on now, worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Spike Lee, I don't know your net worth, but you well off, right? And so this is what we have. Y'all. How come you are sitting in all this wealth, status, influence, right? You there because we put you there. If we didn't go out and buy your album, stream your music, watch your movies, right? Pay our money to buy your ticket, right? You would not have that fame, that fortune, that influence, none of that, right?
And so you have some artists who come out and speak towards what I'm about to say to you, right? But then majority of them don't. But even bigger than that, we don't even highlight the ones that come back around and be like, man, this is what I learned about the game. This is what's going on. This is what it's really about. I want to educate you guys. I want to build you guys up. I want to give back, right? You put me in this position, right? Now I want to give back in a constructive way to build you up, to develop you, right? Not just financially or anything like that, but more so wholesomely, right? Wholesomely, holistically, right? And your mind, your thoughts, your ideals, how you conduct yourself in life and society, right? Because that matters. That matters, right? And so these are the role models that we are putting in these positions to where they're well off, established, and they can, like, for lack of better words, they can now live a life, a square life, right? You got all the money. You don't need to be cussing. You don't need to be out here trying to portray like you a gangster in roles in movies and none of that. You good. Live life comfortably, you feel me? And I would say give back. Be constructive. Be considerate. Be mindful. And the reason why I'm saying that is because all three of y'all are well off. But yet you still putting out this type of content, right? A$AP Rocky all in a movie, you know, acting like a gang member, a thug, right? Spike Lee, you produced it. Come on, so that means you endorsing it. Denzel Washington, right? Again, his character, in the end, he ended up rejecting A$AP Rocky, right? And so again, maybe that's his mindset going in, right? I'm gonna do the movie, right? Because I know how it's gonna end. Okay, again, kudos to Denzel, right? But still, even with Denzel, I don't even want to participate in anything like that. Because just because I know how it's gonna end, that don't mean that out of 100 teens is gonna watch this movie, right? That don't mean that all of them is gonna come to the same conclusion and realization that I have, that it turns out good and that I reject A$AP Rocky and his gang affiliated and posture and all that, right? You could potentially have, even if you have 5 of these 100 teens that watch it and they leave away from watching the movie, because perception is everything, right? If they leave away from the movie and they tell themselves that they're focused on the fact that A$AP Rocky, one of their favorite rappers, glorified, right, this lifestyle, and let's say that they side with him instead of siding with how Denzel might have viewed it, or how a mature person would have reviewed the outcome, right? And so the message is lost. They leave affirmed in what they desire, a thuggish lifestyle, right? And the message as far as that being rejected in the end is lost to them. And so what's the point? What's the point? Now, to them, they just watched a movie that glorified something that they desired, a thuggish lifestyle, right? And so the message is lost. And you just have more content out there that's affirming people in these wicked and lost states, right? And so the point is this, man. The point is this. We gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. We can't make content, music, movies, right, that's uplifting, right, that's talking about something with substance. Come on, man. For real. That's talking about something with substance, right? If we feed them with all that, if that's all we feed them, then that's all they got to take in. And then that's all they got to conform to. Unless they invent things themselves on social media and music videos and etc., right? But okay, if they want to do that, then that means they hell bent on going astray. But as it relates to us, the mature, right? The ones with heavy influence, right? The leaders, we can do better, man. We can do better. And then even the community, to mature in the community. We can do better in who we support, who we pay for the tickets, the albums, the streams, right? We can do better and reject any content that has the potential of tainting our youth, our children, right? We reject it every time. We reject it. That movie that you just spent $100 million to make, good luck on your views. Good luck on your ticket sales. We reject it. We not buying it. We not buying into it no more, right? This is where we play a role in it. And then once they see that, they be like, okay, this is not popular anymore. This is not selling. What's selling? We set the narrative. This is what we want you to feed our children. If it ain't constructive, if it ain't wholesome, we don't want it. And then that'll force them to do the right thing. Because they only doing what they know sells right now, right? But it's bigger than that too. It's the devil. It's the devil, right? But even these people that's being led by the devil, the one thing they like most of all is that money. It's that money, right? And so you hit them in their pocket, they're gonna be forced to change, whether they want to or not, right? Whether they want to or not. And so, anyway, just a real talk session, man. I love you guys. Until next time. In Jesus' name.